Hey, today I'm going to show you how to scrape anything using Apify. Apify is a marketplace of different actors, as they call it, or really just small bots that do various different tasks like scraping TikTok, Instagram, Google Maps, Amazon, or really anything you can imagine. They have thousands of actors. Some of them are built by developers, individual ones, and others are actually built by Apify themselves, like this Instagram scraper. I use Apify to automate a lot of the back-end work for my marketing agency that I launched 2 weeks ago and is doing over $3,000 a month, and it really saves me a couple weeks worth of work and just makes it into a couple minutes. So in this video, I'm actually going to build a very small workflow using Apify and n8n without any editing, so you know exactly what my thought process is, and if I run into any walls, you get to see how I solved those issues as well. So let's get into it. Today we're going to make a LinkedIn post scraper. So I want to scrape Reid Hoffman's post. He created LinkedIn and I want to see what's up with him, right? You could use this for an AI automation agency, or if you simply just want to scrape your competitors, you can do that as well. So let's actually go into Apify and get a look at what the actor looks like. So as you can see, they have a bunch of different actors in here in their store that you can then search for. If you click Apify store, anything from Apollo to Facebook or whatever it is, we're going to look for one that has LinkedIn in it. You can see there's dozens of scrapers. They're obviously built by multiple different people. I like this one, which says no cookies and is made by API Maestro. It's really good. It's pay-per-result, which is nice because some of these are monthly plans, and realistically, they just add a little bit more friction than having something pay-per-result. So going from top to bottom, this is really just showing the input configurations that we need to add into this actor for it to work. So this specific actor either asks for a profile username or URL. I already copied this person's URL, Reid Hoffman's URL. You don't really need to worry about page number for right now. All it really is if you're going through someone's LinkedIn post, you know that there's multiple pages. That's exactly how the bot sees it as well. So they actually need to store a page token that's a start and an end token before they move on to the next page, so they have a better idea or a better reference of which page they're actually scraping from. We don't need that. We're not going to worry about that for right now. Result limit, I've only set it to 1 just to show that I only want one single result for this specific scraping job. And in automatic pagination, don't need to set that at all. And in run options, we can start to set some configurations if we want to, like timeout, which basically says, okay, kill this job if it goes over a certain amount of seconds. Really helpful when you have really large workflows or production heavy workflows where you want to kill a job if it hangs too long and just eats up your memory. So we don't really need that. That's all we're going to run. So I'm going to click save and start here. And what this does is just internally runs this actor for that URL within Apify itself. We're not triggering it with n8n just yet. I just want to show you what it looks like from here so you get a better idea of what the results are when we actually run it in Apify. So as you can see, it's done now, showing me the price for how much it took to scrape this single result. And right now, this just looks like a bunch of garbage, right? Until we preview it in a new tab. And here you can kind of see that this is just structured as a table row, which is just showing everything about the profile. So the user name, first name, last name, their bio, which is immediately what they have in their tagline, and a little bit more about their media that they've put in there. We don't really care about any of that. We just want to get an idea of their latest post. As you can see, we're starting to see that here. First post was posted 11 hours ago, right? And it has this many reactions, which is basically just saying there's a total number of 376 likes, and this is the actual post text itself. And this is the URL to the post itself, along with the text. So you can see that this is super useful for you to programmatically get a lot of data about other LinkedIn profiles, competitors, or whatever it is you may be scraping it for. We're going to try to see how we can kick this off programmatically through n8n. So let's go to n8n real quick. What we have to do for right now, we're just going to set a trigger node. And the first and only node really that we need is an HTTP request. An HTTP request is really just a handshake request for you to either get or kick off a job with a couple different methods. So we're going to add an HTTP request node in here. And this node is really just for us to programmatically hit the URL that we just triggered our LinkedIn job in, but through n8n itself, right? We're going to keep this empty just for right now because we need to go and copy a bunch of details from Apify. So let's go back to our LinkedIn actor. As you can see, this is what we just ran. We're going to come up to the back over here, click that back button. So we want to click the API button and then specifically the API endpoints piece. This is just giving us a bunch of different URLs for us to programmatically kick off an actor, just like this LinkedIn one, through n8n. We have a bunch of different options in here, such as running the actor or running it synchronously. Only difference here is one is kicked off and is not waited upon for a result, while the other one actually waits for the payload and the actual job to complete before it gets any dataset items. So for this specific use case, we actually want to run the actor and get the dataset items in one shot, right? As you can see, I was talking to you about a couple different HTTP methods, which is denoted right here, like get, post, patch. What's really going to matter for us is either get or post, and in this case, it's actually going to be post because we're specifically kicking off a run with an actor and waiting for the actor to complete so we can get the dataset items, which is basically the JSON data that we just saw in here in table format, but in a programmatic JSON format. So before you actually copy the URL, we need to set up an API token. The API token is just a way for Apify to authenticate that this is coming from your account and not anybody else's account, because you're going to be copy pasting this URL, and this URL is going to be much the same URL as anybody else is using. The token is what helps it differentiate who's who. So we're going to go up here and click Manage Tokens, and right here we'll click Create New Token. I'm just going to say YouTube temp token because I'm going to delete this right after the video is published. So I'll set an expiration date for tomorrow. Actually, I have to do it for the day after because I think Apify's time zone is in a different time zone right now. And it's actually the 16th for them, even though it's the 15th for me. So let's click create. So that token's going to expire tomorrow. You don't have to do that. Obviously, I'm just doing that for my own security purposes. And then we're going to go back and go to API, go to API endpoints again. And in here at this top tab, we're going to click YouTube temp token. This just makes it such that when you copy this URL, the token is already appended where these stars are indicating. So once we click copy, we should have that URL. We're going to go back to n8n, click post as the method that we want, and hit URL to be the exact URL that we copied. As you can see, my token is pasted right over here. You'll have a bunch of different numbers and words. It's not going to be the same as mine. Authentication, we're going to set to none because we're already passing the token in the URL. The only other thing we need is to send body. And all this is for us to send the LinkedIn URL that we added over here in a programmatic version from n8n. So you can actually get this very easily by clicking this JSON button. This just basically is the configuration that we set manually, but in JSON format. So we're going to go ahead and highlight all of that and copy and paste right over here by clicking using JSON first, and then in the body, paste it right there. This essentially sets up the request exactly how we have it manually in Apify itself. Last thing we need to do is actually kick off the workflow, and it's going to start executing it. So right now it's going back to Apify, getting that request going, and it's going to be pulling that latest post from Reid Hoffman. And if we click here, we can actually see it says one item, and at the very right, it shows the text of the post that we just saw. Same as what we had in the manual Apify job, but the difference is that now we can programmatically run this through Apify with triggered nodes, such as like a schedule trigger or anything else. So it's super helpful for us to very quickly get a bunch of different actors going for us to get more complicated work. If you like this video, go check out some of the other videos I have. I actually take you through building a LinkedIn post generator completely automatically based on your competitors' posts, or a Facebook ads generator that also steals your competitors' posts, repurposes them to fit your brand and voice, and gives you an ad creative in just a couple of seconds. All right, if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.